I think that sport teams are better ran than most businesses in general, right? And this will apply to multifamily as well. Somebody else told me once, teams that don't train don't win. One of the most simple statements. And when you put that into practice, when you say it in multifamily context, it's kind of like you lit my face up. I had such an aha moment. For someone that's been a coach for so many years and a successful one, what's your take on teams that don't train, don't win? And then the fact that we should be probably taking more from sports teams, professional sports teams, and implement principles and ways of doing things, execution, so we could be more successful as companies, as industry in general.
That's a great point, Adrian. You call it training, I call it execution. I think that ability to understand what the game plan is, whether it's, how am I going to maximize my rents, or how am I going to work better with my vendors and suppliers so I'm leveraging them more effectively across my platform? You've got to get that indoctrinated. You've got to make sure that everyone understands what those principles are, what those elements are of success, and then constantly talk about them, constantly review and set metrics that apply to them. And that way you can measure the success that you're having during those execution periods. As people begin to perform, you've got to have some way of telling them how well they're doing, and being, being visible and being present and watching people, and not just sit in an office. One of my greatest thrills was getting out on site and putting my arm around a service director and going to the shop. I could tell how well a property is being managed by the shop. And it is one of the things that I would hit first when I would visit a property is the maintenance shop, and put my arm around that service director and the service team and see what they're doing. And that's the training. That's the execution. Everything that you say, is it being done? So, Adrian, I think you're spot on. I don't think we spend enough time looking at the metrics, looking at people's performance on site. It's powerful.